What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? Paper Chaser Sports, man. I like the video. Subscribe to the channel, man. Listen here. I got to do it, man. I got to roast these Suns, man. It's been a little minute since I've been on here. I got to roast these Suns. You know, enough is enough. Enough is enough. It's gone on long enough. The Suns are absolute trash, basura, garbage, horrible. And we got to talk about this, y'all. We got to talk about this, man. Listen here. I was one of these people, and I wasn't posting videos, but I was one of these people that said in the offseason, the Suns need to trade somebody. We need to trade somebody. I said this in the offseason before the season started. Why? Because it was pretty damn obvious that the team that they put together was not good enough. You know, it's something about the combination of Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal that just plain doesn't fucking fit together, okay? I thought that was obvious. But Matt Ishbia, you know, the Jerry Jones of the NBA, the current Jerry Jones of the NBA, you know, he couldn't help himself but to meddle and no, we're gonna hold this thing together and we're gonna see this thing through and we're gonna try to build on what we've done, even though clearly you saw the shit didn't work last year. All right, well, you know what? You're a new owner, you don't have the foresight. Okay, cool. James Jones, where were you to step up and tell this motherfucker that he need to sit the fuck down somewhere and stay in his lane as the owner and just own the damn team? Where were you at, James Jones? Because we needed somebody to take a hard stance to tell this motherfucker to sit the fuck down somewhere. And James Jones, you failed royally. As a matter of fact, what you did was you did this man's bidding. You helped facilitate the ruining of the Phoenix Suns. And both of these two, I'm going to hold them the most responsible for everything. Right behind them, I'm going to blame Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, because the fact of the matter is trading Kevin Durant to the Phoenix Suns has not improved the team at all, okay? I'm going to be honest. I like the Phoenix Suns a whole lot better with Cam and Mikal. You know, they were, at the time when they made it to the finals, they were like one of the youngest teams in the NBA at that time. They had outstanding chemistry with one another. You can see it on the court. These guys enjoy playing with each other. You know, Mikal's shooting the 3-gun. Chris Paul's getting everybody involved in the game. And that's another thing, you know, the fact that the Suns don't have a point guard. They lost Chris Paul. They never really replaced him with another point guard. Devin Booker clearly needs a point guard to play with and to help facilitate and handle that responsibility of the team. We dropped the ball there. We didn't replace the point guard that we had with a new point guard, which has helped further exacerbated the bullshit that we were seeing on the court with the Phoenix Suns. But I digress. Like I was saying before, we had such a great team, man, such a great, young, talented team. And if you look at the NBA right now, all of the teams on top, what do you see that's consistent with them? They're young, they have chemistry, and they're talented. That's exactly what the Phoenix Suns were 3 years ago before they traded for Kevin Durant. They were what the Houston Rockets are now. The Suns were what the Oklahoma City Thunder are today. They were what those teams were. They were what those teams are now. And now the Phoenix Suns should have been the OG team. They should have been that grown-up version of those teams that not only has the chemistry, but also now has the savvy and experience. And they should have been perennial championship contenders. The problem was that wasn't good enough for Suns fans. Suns fans got just close enough to a championship. You know, they got their lips wet with the taste of championship. Honestly, obviously, Giannis snatched that shit right out of our hands. Popped us in the mouth, dropped the 50-piece on us, and sent us home in Game 6 after being up 2-0 up 2-1 in the NBA Finals. And so that was ultimately the downfall of the Phoenix Suns. Fans got a little excited, like, oh, you know, we're just one move away, we're one piece away. And instead of just adding and building on to what we already had, they wanted to make wholesale changes. Okay, so this is the problem with the Phoenix Suns. They traded all of their chemistry to ring chase. And to be honest, not every team is built to ring chase. You know, if you're talking about ring chasing, all right, you got to take a team that already has chemistry and you just add a little bit to it. That's it. There's other teams like the LA Lakers that they can just trade everybody away, trade all their picks, get superstar players. They can do that. You know why? Because in the offseason, people want to move to LA. You know, LA is a special place. It's a dope place to be at, especially when you have the money to afford to live in LA. So it's going to be a lot of NBA players that are always trying to get to LA. It's not a lot of NBA players that's always trying to get to Phoenix. This is the problem with the Phoenix Suns trying to ring chase in the fashion that they did. Instead of just adding a piece here or there, they tried to take the Lakers approach, trade everybody, make these huge wholesale changes to make a big splash move and get a big a big name free agent. And what happened? It blew up right in their faces. And yeah, I'm pretty sick of it, man. I think Suns fans have gotten pretty delusional, where they keep thinking that somehow, some way, they're going to be able to turn this around, that they're going to somehow be able to fix this. But the truth was, they really screwed the pooch on this one, because the way that you were going to fix this issue was to trade Kevin Durant, was to trade somebody in the offseason, whether it was Booker, Durant, or Beal in the offseason. The next best move would have been to trade Kevin Durant at the trade deadline. Obviously, you couldn't move Bradley Beal because he's got the no trade clause. He wasn't interested in waiving that trade clause in order to be traded. So you got to do the next best thing and trade Kevin Durant. I hate to say it to everybody, but the writing has been on the wall. Kevin Durant has been speaking about his contract the same way that he spoke about his contract when he was in Golden State. And that was before, you know, that whole incident with Draymond Green. You all remember this.